The Nindies Spring Showcase 2018 is in the bag, and it was a little bit underwhelming. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here, and look, there was just a pretty substantial direct that dropped major details on the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2, on Mario Tennis Aces, on a number of other titles, and unveiled Super Smash Bros. So to think that this Nindies would live up to that would have been crazy, but I think we at least thought, given that it's the spring showcase and given that we're moving into months where there aren't as many major releases and indies could really kind of take the cake, we expected a pretty substantial showing with some notable reveals and some substantial updates. Don't really feel like we got either. It was a little bit of a letdown, and I'd say the worst Nindies direct yet.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I want to say is we see the comments about people being tired of, pixelated games on Switch or too many indies on Switch, and we are sure that this isn't going to help that case whatsoever. Even though I am excited for a few of these, and we'll get into that here in a moment. But I don't know if I'm starting to get tired of indies on Switch. I just want the right indies to come, and I don't know that any of these are it really.
Yeah, and look, let's get the good stuff out the way. There are some interesting inclusions here. Mark of the Ninja Remaster, that's a phenomenal game. It's a 6-year-old game, but it's a fantastic game. Luminous, again, a fantastic game. It's an even older game, but this is the remastered version, and Mark of the Ninja is remastered as well, but still the origin of those titles is quite old. Banner Saga is a great get for the Switch. We talked recently about some of the best strategy games and what would they be on Switch, and Mario plus Rabbids, Gabe, I know you love that, so that could be very cool. I thought Pool Panic looked interesting, but all in all, a couple things stuck out here to me. One, it was a very low-key direct in terms of there wasn't like a brand new big game from a major or very well-known indie studio. All of these have either been announced or they're remasters or they're from smaller groups. And I think it showed in the style of game, and that's where I worry, the indie negativity isn't going to be really altered here. I think what could have altered it dramatically is if they would have given updates on some of the big games that they've announced previously. Things like Hollow Knight, things like Wargroove, things like Pocket Rumble, things like Lightfingers, and things like Morphe's Law, nowhere to be seen. And I guess on one hand, it's great that a Nindies showcase announces new projects rather than just rehashing old news, but it's like we still don't have so many games from the other Nindies that this just feels like not fun.
Yeah, I mean, and these they gave at least release windows for, but they did the same for things like Pocket Rumble and Wargroove at first, and those got pushed. I mean, so who's to say that these even come out when they say they're going to come out? But I do think that Banner Saga is going to be a good get, because it's all 3 games coming, and your save progress will carry over. So if you're going to be new to the franchise, and it is a good franchise, people love it. That's probably the biggest announcement they had here, and you could tell that they felt it was the biggest because they saved it and the way that they introduced it. But just even the presentation of this Nindies was weird. The addition of the new person, now there's 2 people talking about these Nindies, and I get it, he's in charge of independent relations over at Nintendo, so he fits in. It's just even the presentation was a little too I don't know, it was too laid back. It didn't drive excitement for me.
Yeah, it felt like almost a formality rather than, hey, we've got so much exciting news, we have to share it. And I think that's sort of how we come into Directs, is pretty pumped. And this one, again, I love the indies and the presence on the Switch. They are, for the most part, I think I have more indies that I like than AAA. And that's not to say, Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild aren't great, but there's just so many really good indies. I just wish we would have seen more on the ones that were already announced, and I wish we would have seen more of the genre variety that is out there. We just don't know when it's going to be out there. And, I saw Marcus Sellers tweet that, hey, Morphe's Law, I was hoping that was going to get featured. I know you're pretty pumped for that game. And nothing. And look, maybe some of these games like Garage or Bomb Chicken are super fun. It's not, I don't know. I would not have featured these games. I think Mark of the Ninja Remastered, Luminous, and Banner Saga, those three are nice gets and good things to feature. It just felt like the rest of the show was like, what can we pull together? And I would have rather them use that time to update us on already announced projects. Because, look, none of the Nindies have really announced dates. It's always windows. And I know that's very difficult, especially with indie studios, because things come up and development is not a science. But at what point is it like, why are we having more Nindies when we don't even have the releases from the last Nindies? And does that become frustrating at some point? Does that become overkill at some point? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you run the risk of people forgetting about your product. Like, how many people, like, other than us joking about it, how many people really remember Pocket Rumble? Like
that one in particular, I think a lot of people do, just because it's like an odd scenario.
Well, yeah,
like
but
some
the
of the other ones,
game's
like
out, though.
Lightfingers, how many people remember that?
Yeah, I guess. And Wargroove is like another big one, but you still like run the risk of people getting really excited for your product, and then like it just never comes, so they just kind of move on. But you know, I feel like we're being like a little harsher, because I do want to say some of these could be really cool, and I have like 3 in particular that I'm like really actually excited for. I'll probably go over those now. 1, Mark of the Ninja Remastered. I love the original, played that to death, so I am excited to play that once again. Garage is the second one for me that looks kind of cool. I like the whole like VHS era, like really hardcore, and you know, he said, hey, there's certain things here that we can't show you. Like, I'm into that kind of stuff. So the Garage for me is another one that's enticing. The third one though, and I don't think that you're into this one as much as I am, and it's the Messenger. It's the one that allows you from going from an 8-bit to a 16-bit platformer, and it kind of like reminds me of like old like Shinobi games. So that's kind of cool. It says players will find upgrades, new abilities, hidden levels, and great speedrunning opportunities as they journey through the cursed land. The Messenger looks cool. I'm into that one.
For me, it's all about Banner Saga. I'm pumped to play those games. I've dabbled in them on PC and iPad, but I have never fully invested, and I'd love to do so. I think it's cool that they are bringing the full trilogy, including that new game. And I don't know whether I probably won't go through the first 2, but it would be very, very fun to try 3 out, and the Switch is the perfect platform for that. I also really liked Mark of the Ninja, so there's a chance I dive into that, although it's a fall release date, which I thought was pretty far out. Frankly, I think Pool Panic looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's going to be any good. You know, Adult Swim Games occasionally does some really cool stuff. 100 levels of just weird, giant cartoon pool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the strangeness of it. I like the oddity of it. I felt like this was a very strange and odd. Oh, also shout out Bad North. I don't know a lot about that game, but I like the visual aesthetic that appealed to me a ton. I don't know. Maybe it just feels tiny. It feels like these are tiny projects, and I guess I expected larger announcements, especially when you look back at the other Nindies and how they sort of spread the genres and introduced what felt like bigger projects. So let us know your take in the comments down below. Did you feel a little bit bummed after this Nindies? Were you expecting more? Or are there games that have you going gaga for what's coming to Switch? I know it's not possible, but I think dates on these Nindies would do wonders. But it's so hard because, like we mentioned, where's Flippin' Death? Where's, like there's games that were announced last year's showcase and we still don't have. So it's just kind of like an odd, I don't know, maybe they're still even trying to figure it out. They bring in this new person. They clearly took like a different, like low key, quick route. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to figure out how best to message these as well. But let us know how you received that message and how you felt in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. For myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.